Brian Flores officially named the Miami Dolphins head coach. And we kind of known this for a couple weeks. Obviously, you can't announce your new coach while he's still actively employed by another team. This was the rumor that was already... Word got out is that Brian Flores would be the coach here. Right, so I kind of held out my thoughts for quite some time, and I just want to, now that it's official, I thought I'd kind of tell you what I think about Brian Flores. Listen, I've been a Miami Dolphin fan for a very long time. Being a Dolphin fan, man, takes its toll on you, I'm sure you fellow Dolphin fans could relate. So Adam Gase is gone, and now he's the head coach here in my backyard of with the Jets. And look at Brian Flores. No head coaching experience, or even coordinator experience. Well, I guess he sort of does. He was the signal caller this past year for the New England defense. But when you think about it, he is the defensive. Isn't being like the defensive coach for Belichick a little like being the quarterback coach for Peyton Manning, right? What we could say is that this team, I think, has reached the right conclusion by determining that the most recent talent acquisition and coaching team had run its course and the formula was no longer working. And it, you could say, has turned toxic. Unfortunately, it has turned toxic quite a few times in recent years. And that has nothing to do with whether Adam Gase could be a good coach in this league. It was just clear that the time for him to go had come. He lost the locker room, and he was losing on the field, which often goes together. Then Mike Tannenbaum was reassigned, which is kind of like a graceful way of saying fired. Chris Grier was then promoted and given the keys to the entire football organization. That whole operation there. Chris Grier, who was in charge of the team's draft and scouting department for many years, and has been involved with, at least you think, has been involved with all those bad drafts, is big man on campus. What we don't know is the many bad drafts and trades that have plagued this team. How many were his call? Or is it possible that he was overridden in selections by Tannenbaum, and the players he targeted and coveted have played well for other teams? You may never know. What we could only assume is that there is, what we pray for is that there is a guy like Dan Marino, who have been involved deeply and firsthand have seen what Grier could do, and has endorsed his football and talent acumen. Maybe this guy, Dan Marino, is whispering into Mr. Grier's ear. So now Grier has the last word. You hope that this is a positive move. Because the thing that is certain is that until this team can find better talent, it won't matter whatever else you do. It will make sense, if we could name a you know, an assistant coach, right? Offensive coordinator who could help the inexperienced Flores navigate the operations and dynamics of life in the Miami Dolphin organization. But then again, how relevant is prior experience that one person may or may have had? If they know what a winning offense is, how relevant is that experience in today's game? Or is it even relevant? Here's the cold reality. I think this team will be worse this year and bad the next year. There will be a huge influx of talent, and they will either get it right or blow it. During this whole transition of Greer and Flores, they will get the chance to prove that they could get it done. If Ross is true to his word, like he said, he will not tolerate failure for an extended period of time. And going through all this all over again, once again. Or maybe you hope that the ongoing misery, you hope would end here for us as Miami Dolphin fans, because it's been way too long where we're just so many questions that need answers, so many years not being relevant. You know, Chad O'Shea, is named, a wide receiver coach, named as the offensive coordinator. Moves like this. I would have gone with Jim Caldwell. You have a fan base here that's desperate for a winning organization. Hope all is well.